It's your girl, Claudia Jordan. It's Monday, and we are back with TGIF. We're here to spill the tea and break down the biggest headlines in the news and on social media. Now, sit back, relax, and get ready to sip on this hot tea. Please welcome Al Reynolds. What's up, Al?
Hey, what's going on, Claudia?
Hey. We'll get to where you are in a second. And please welcome Funky Dineva. What's up, Q?
Happy Monday, everybody.
Ooh, everybody's voice sound all gravelly today. What's up, everybody's voice?
I got a halls in my mouth because my throat been a little busy.
I thought you were dating.
It's been a little busy.
Oh my God. Well, y'all always be the ones coughing and sick, and I think y'all done got me sick. I'm sick now too. I don't feel good. I'm tired. I don't feel good. Al, how you feeling?
You've been in 4 different cities in 4 days. Like, what the hell?
I'm tired. Where you at? You on vacation?
Yeah, I'm in Riviera Maya. I'm staying at a Rosewood property here. You know, guys, I've been coming here for the last couple of years. You know, I film from here too. I've done the show here each year. So this is almost, the time that I get to decompress and refocus, even though there's not much decompressing because I'm still working. Oh, and Claudia, I want to give a shout out to our boss, Stephen Brown. He spoke to my class this morning. I did it virtually at Bowie State University, and he really dropped like some really cool gems to the kids about being from a historically Black college and university, how they can get their foot in the door in sports and entertainment. And he talked about, which I thought was very captivating, the importance of AI and how they're on the cutting edge of it. And if they really embrace it and learn how to use it in entertainment, they can find themselves employed really soon. It's really good.
All right. Okay, cool. And also our former boss, James DeBose's birthday is today. So let's all wish him a happy birthday because he's still considered family. Happy birthday, James.
Happy birthday, James.
All right.
Happy birthday, James.
Yes. My door finally came out that I've been talking about for 4 months. It finally came in and got installed on Saturday. So check out my Instagram page and check it out. And the latest renovation, I'm pretty proud of it. It came out pretty nice. So I'm happy about that.
The cats didn't like it so much, though.
What'd you say?
Those cats was like, "What the hell going on in there, Mom?"
I know. And they were trying to sneak out when the workers were there, but thank God they did not. All right. Cali Girl Shay said, Claudia, your house is coming along beautifully. And Tristan Lee said, Al probably got you sick at that party Friday night. Oh, I didn't make it.
Yeah, she didn't make it. Oh, but we got to wish Funky Happy Founders Day to the brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. What year were you guys founded again, Funky? I can't remember.
1906. Don't pull it, Al. Don't pull it, because it's all about the beginning and the end. All that stuff in the middle don't matter. But thank you, brother.
Are y'all drinking tonight, or are we trying to work on our immune systems?
I have cranberry mixed with faucet water.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm drinking champagne tonight. I've been drinking all day. You know, when you're on vacation, you sip all day. So,
Al, you don't need to be on vacation for that. I'll be like, it's a Thursday.
Let's drink.
Tuesday afternoon. It's a Monday morning. All right, let's get into the show. We have a lot to talk about now. Congratulations are in order for Ashanti and Nelly. A source told Us Weekly that the two will be expecting their first child together. Now, I'm going to say allegedly until she says it, but I don't know if they were playing or not, but if it is so, what are your thoughts on this news? Q, let's go to you first.
You know what? I'm loving the fact that Ashanti is showing the people that you can spin the block and it can be healthy if both of the people do the work. I wasn't expecting her to get pregnant, but you know what? If her and Nelly are in love, then congratulations to Ashanti.
All right. Al, what do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she deserves it. She's been patient. She's been waiting for the right guy. The right guy happens to be a guy that she knows and that she's been in a relationship with. And now they get to grow a family together. You guys know I'm a sucker for Black love, so I'm here for all of it.
I hope it is true. Nelly just sold half of his catalog for $50 million. $50 million he sold half his catalog. So that baby, if there is a baby, be well taken care of. And, Nelly has been successful for a very long time.
Is that a lot, though? Is that a lot for a catalog?
Well, I take it. Oh, the Kim, The Kim and Chief said, please let it be false. Okay,
Ooh.
I saw some people in our comments arguing about it, like they were fussing. Like some people, like they're angry at him for not working out the first time and all that. But then there's the more romantic, the people that are like nostalgic, that are happy that they reunited again. I think they look adorable. I think he looks they both look happy, but his
Right.
smile seems to be very, very like extra happy since they got back together. I think they look cute.
Right.
All right, we have an update on the divorce case between Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. It's been reported that Jeannie is now accusing Jeezy of infidelity during their marriage, and she wants the rapper to cough up some money for breaking their prenup. And let's make a note, once Jeezy filed for divorce, Jeannie was devastated and was hoping they could reconcile their differences. Are you surprised that Jeannie is pushing these allegations, Al?
I'm not surprised, because at this point, when she knows that she's left in the smoke, she's about her check. She's making sure that her family is protected and that she gets paid. Now, let's be very clear. I don't believe her. I don't believe that there was infidelity, because the way she responded to the divorce didn't give me, oh, Negro, I know you cheated on me already, right? She was defending their marriage. I think she was shocked, blindsided by the divorce. I think she was embarrassed and humiliated. She said publicly that she wanted to work on it, and he said absolutely not. And because of that, now she's circling the block, and now she's claiming infidelity. She's claiming infidelity to protect her pockets. Now, we can't be mad at a single mother protecting her pockets, but I definitely don't believe that that's the main cause of their divorce, which is infidelity.
Q, what do you think?
Man, see, soulmates, y'all hate it when I call her that Chinese lady. And I know, what is she, Korean or Vietnamese? Which one is it?
I think she's Vietnamese, I think.
But it's funnier when I call her that Chinese lady. Y'all know that Chinese lady lying. That Chinese lady is lying. Men who cheat on their wives don't file for divorce. Jeannie Mai trying to do some strategy to get some money, and I'm not mad with her, but nobody's believing this.
I don't know. I did some research on this today, and Tisa Tales, so she does like these deep dive. Tisa Tales does deep dives into these things, and she said that in their prenup, like allegedly the story is according to her that before they got engaged, before they got married, that he was caught kind of doing something inappropriate, not necessarily cheating, but inappropriate. So then he wanted her to not leave him. So she said, well, if you want to do this, she insisted when he proposed to her that in their prenup would be a clause for cheating and there'd be a financial penalty. So I think there's more to the story than we think of. And I think it's very easy to villainize Jeannie Mai because of what she said about the black meat on the side. And look, trust me, I don't like that comment at all, but that doesn't make everything she say wrong after that. So I'm going to reserve my judgment until all the facts come out, because why are we acting like he did not cheat on all these other women? All of a sudden he don't cheat? I don't know about that. And people were mad at her for coming out in the interview, but he sat down with Nia Long first. So this is, I don't know. I think there's more to this story, and we'll see. Hey, we'll see who's right, who's wrong, and who's who's at fault or who's lying. And I guess we'll be talking about this for a few more weeks, probably. All right, moving on from getting baptized to removing her fillers and now quitting OnlyFans, it's safe to say that Blac Chyna is turning over a new leaf. The former reality star decided to remove herself from the platform to a more family-friendly site because she wants to be a positive role model for her kids and other women. What are your thoughts on Blac Chyna giving up her major source of income? Funky.
Y'all know I never buy into this after they don't made all the money. Like, it's very convenient for you to get on there and make all your millions and then be like, oh, I changed my life. Don't do this no more. If you really real about it, give back all the money.
Yeah.
Oh, Q, come on.
No, you wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do that.
Al, what do you think?
You know what? You know, everybody on this show knows that I'm a Blac Chyna fan. I'm going to always take up for Blac Chyna. I think Blac Chyna is being very smart nowadays. I think repositioning herself as Angela White is showing that she's rebranding herself. And she's doing it because she has a huge custody case coming up with Tiger. And you can only imagine she's also doing it in preparation for her custody case with Rob Kardashian. I think it's smart. I think it's insightful. And I commend her for doing it. Look, if I'm not mistaken, and Claudia, you and Q can correct me, wasn't her mother also a stripper or a dancer? So, you know, it just kind of bled over to Blac Chyna. She saw how that money comes in doing those things. And now she's saying, look, I got to protect the future of not only myself, but my kids. And I think that's what she's doing. She wants better for her life, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Abby B said Blac Chyna done unlocked her better self. Look at you, was funky, inspiring people. Any other comments? Funky. Any other comments?
Arnold said, I feel like this born again Christian thing is just another hustle. And Terry Crowd says, Blac Chyna needs a timeout. I'm over her. It's giving a little overexposed. Like, I don't know if I'm 100% buying it, but I definitely get the rebranding. I definitely get it.
I like it. I know sometimes on this show we say when we clown each other, I don't live there anymore, or we're allowed to like grow, and I think she is. And only time, again, time will tell if it's fake or not, but it seems to be real. I hope so.
Consistent.
She has been. Taking the implants out and all that kind of stuff was to me a big deal. All right. According to a recent report, it seems like Nick Cannon's village of 12 kids is costing him a pretty expensive penny. Nick reported that he goes to Disneyland at least once a month to celebrate his children's birthdays and for holiday treats, and he spends around $200,000 a year at the theme park. What do you think about this, Al? Are you surprised? $200,000.
I think it's crap. I think it's bull crap. I think it's silly, and I think it's dumb. And I don't think he should have been talking about this in the public. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is probably one of the hardest working Black men in entertainment. He's got jobs on TV, radio, podcast, YouTube, primetime, daytime, all the time. Nick Cannon is a hustler, and he's constantly working. But I don't care how much you spend on your kids, Nick Cannon, and where you take them once a month. That's not parenting, son. And I don't have any kids, but I have a whole lot of nephews and I have a whole lot of brothers and sisters, and I work in education, and I know who's been parented. You have to be there to teach that child how to walk. Where are you then? Who's teaching that child how to add and subtract? Where is the playing hide and seek? Where are those times with the kids? Who disciplined them when they don't do their chores? That's parenting. Spending $200,000 sounds impressive, sounds great. You're rich and you got it, but you got 12 kids and each of them need an active father and they need parenting. And this ain't it.
Hugh, what do you think?
You know what? To Al's point, I don't think this is the flex that Nick thinks it is. But the only thing saving Nick is that we have yet to hear him in the media about his baby mamas complaining about child support. So if all the kids are being taken care of and he's got the money to splurge at Disney World, so be it. But I think it's stupid and it's not the flex that he thinks it is.
It's putting a Band-Aid on a wound that requires stitches, if you ask me.
I think Nick bit off a little bit more than he could chew. I think at the time he was caught up in it, having these maternity shoots every single month with different beautiful women. And it was cute for a minute to him, but then after a while it seemed a little bit like, what the hell is going on? And now he's at a point where the reality is kicking in, because like a few stories that we've reported on him, it seems like he's exhausted, he's tired, he's finding difficulty in making the rounds and seeing all these kids. And $200,000 a year on amusement parks alone, what's the food looking like? What's the clothes? What's the school like? Imagine what that expense is going to be.
Right.
And I think reality might be setting in now, like, God damn it. What have I done? What have I done? The Melanin Mary says there's no way he's active in all 12 kids' lives. And Brittany said Nick is absolutely insane. And I think it's finally hitting him that he's affecting these kids by being an absent father. All right. Well, hopefully he's not. All right. Coming up next, we're going to give you every reason to leave Florida. And later, we have your tea fact of the day. Stick around.
Freedom. It's at the core of who we are. The freedom to live without fear, to jog where we please, to wear a hoodie. The freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
What do you think the most bougie state in the United States is?
This is black bougie or white bougie? There's a difference.
McMillan and Morrow.
I'm not black bougie. I'm trying to.
You just bougie.
I'm just too poor.
Every Thursday.
Listen, if I had more money, I would be so bougie.
You black bougie adjacent. All your friends are black bougie.
Exactly.
On Fox Soul.
I'm in the same boat.
I'm living vicariously through them.
This one's for the real ballers and shot callers, the sisterhood of women in tech. They're discovering cures, building apps, and programming the blockchain. They're CEOs, worldwide hustlers who can make it rain. They're tearing down the old boys club and seeing big gains. Because when women in tech come together, you know they make that change.
All right, welcome back to TGIF. All right, whether good, bad, ugly, or just plain dumb, the tea is always overflowing with crazy news stories out of the state of Florida. That's why we're giving you the 411 and What the Florida. Ooh, you know what's crazy? We've been doing this for a while, and we don't run out of stories. We actually have more.
Too many.
We don't get to. All right. A middle school teacher's assistant in Florida was arrested for slapping a student inside the classroom. Look at her. She looked like, and I'll do it again. The incident took place when students were playing a game of drawing a turkey, and they were not supposed to look at the paper. The student reportedly told police that he did look, and that's why she smacked him. Oot Galloway is facing 1 count of child abuse without great bodily harm. What's your thoughts on the story? Well, I'm going to go to the person who smiled as soon as I said, slap the kid, and that'd be funky. What's up, Q?
You know what? She probably slapped him because when she asked him to draw a turkey, he probably drew her ass. And then she slapped him. We slap kids in Florida, so she did it. She got to get whatever come to her, Claudia.
Oh, that's the first case you've given up in a long time. You're just entering a plea of no contest.
I mean, we slap kids, so.
Jesus.
All right. On that note, Al, do you slap kids?
No, you know I'm an educator. I don't slap kids. But you know what, Claudia? There are some badass kids in these classrooms these days. But one thing as an educator we can't do is we can't touch them. And that simply is not our job. But you know what our job is, though, is to hold them accountable. And we just have to figure out in this school system how to hold kids accountable and how to empower teachers so kids don't feel like they have the ability to compromise that power. I feel like acts of violence, you either perform them because you want power or you've lost power. And I think that's the only reason that she would slap a kid, because she's not slapping that kid just because he didn't draw a turkey. There's something there that has happened in the past. He doesn't like her. He doesn't follow her instructions. And because he didn't do what she wanted, she let him know who has the most power in the room. She slapped him, and it's not good.
Production, can you put that picture back up? It looks like she slapped the kid because she just don't like kids. Like, that's the look.
And Al, they say you don't count. They say Al don't slap kids because he teaches college.
Well, I've taught more than just college, everybody. I've taught, elementary school. I've taught high school. I've done it all.
All right. In other substitute teacher news, a man is facing several sexual offense charges after sending videos of himself masturbating to 2 female students on Snapchat. The teacher even went as far as to ask one of the students to be his girlfriend. What are your thoughts on this sick news, Al? Again, it's Florida. What do you think?
He needs to be dealt with criminally. That's just that. You know what? Something like when you hear something like this, Claudia, if you have kids, you really are worried. Like, who is the schoolhouse letting teach or substitute teach my kids? There's got to be a better system. I mean, this is wrong on so many levels. He needs to go to jail. And the school that allowed this indiscretion, they need to be held accountable. I would sue all of them because y'all know I will sue somebody. I would sue all of them, including the janitor, for even letting him be in the building. Sorry, this is not good.
To defend your state.
Now you know when it comes to the kids, I don't play. He's got to go under the jail. Okay, you can't be putting your you know what on Snapchat, masturbating and giving the students. There's not actually nothing funny about this whatsoever. He needs to go to jail.
What is in your mind that says, let me ask a 12-year-old to be my girlfriend and let me show her myself masturbating? Like, I don't get it. E. Harris says electric chair.
I'm starting to think that nowadays these people are intentionally applying for these jobs because they're predators.
It gives them access to.
Right. It gives them access, give them a front row seat to doing what they have probably. This ain't his first time. This doesn't feel like this is his first time being very forward and sexually suggestive to young kids.
All right, get into the story. An estranged husband has been arrested after his wife's body was found in a storage unit. The husband, Corey Hill, is currently behind bars and facing 4 counts of attempted murder after allegedly shooting a former girlfriend and her family on November 12th. Oh, more madness. Q, what do you think?
See, the cost of living in Florida is high. That's why that lady was in that storage unit, okay? People is living in U-Hauls. They living in storage units. They live in 4 people to a duplex. If the cost of living was fixed, she wouldn't have been in that storage unit.
She got murdered and put in the storage unit. She has 4 kids and they live.
That ain't how it happened.
So, Claudia, I'm gonna say real quick, you guys know I'm a part of a crime series on TV One, which is owned by Urban One. It's called The Payback. I'm doing a shameless plug right now. That's correct. My new episode is out, so please watch it. But the Payback series is about crimes of passion. And I've had the front row seat to learning how people do crimes of passion. Like, this is crazy. After reading police reports and court documents and interviewing detectives for Payback, I've learned that this type of situation isn't the first time. Usually it has happened multiple times in the family. And you got to also think about because he got caught cheating, he killed his wife and put her in a storage unit. Can you imagine what those 4 kids have witnessed at their home based off of this guy's passion of crime, a crime of passion?
TB said, Lord, Corey did it. Look at him. And Nyla Jacobson said, he looked crazy as hell. Yeah. All right, y'all. Coming up next, we have your T fact of the day and later find out why Keke Palmer is seeking mediation with their baby daddy. Keep it locked.
What do you think the most bougie state in the United States is?
Is this black bougie or white bougie? There's a difference.
McMillan and Morrow.
I'm not black bougie. I'm China.
You're just bougie.
I'm just too poor.
Every Thursday.
Listen, if I had more money, I would be so bougie.
You black bougie adjacent. All your friends are black bougie.
Exactly.
On Fox Soul.
I'm in the same boat.
I'm living vicariously through them.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
TGIF.
Lil Wayne was not pleased with the reveal of his wax figure. He tweeted, "Sorry, Wax Museum, but that bleep ain't me."
Live and interactive.
Brittany T said, "That ain't Lil Weezy, that's Lil Asthma."
Hold on, Carla. You got to see what Poppy said. Hell, the wax figure looks cleaner and better than the real Lil Wayne.
Serving up all the tea.
You so messy, Q. You are.
Join the chat on Fox Soul.
Yeah, I don't make the comments. I just read them, honey.
Oh, God.
Welcome back to TGIF. All right, y'all, we can all agree that social media tends to resurface some of the most random facts in pop culture history. So it's only fair that we unpack those facts in our T-Fact of the day. All right, I'm sure y'all remember Whitney Houston's rendition of the Dolly Parton single, I Will Always Love You, right? Big monster hit. All right, well, in a resurfaced interview from 2019, Patti LaBelle revealed that Dolly Parton originally wanted her to sing the hit song, but it eventually went to Whitney, which she graciously executed in the film The Bodyguard. What are your thoughts on this T-Fact of the day, Al?
I thought that was interesting. You know, it's funny because we found out that Dolly Parton offered Patti, right, to remake it, but Dolly Parton didn't meet Patti's deadline. Patti had put a deadline on how long she was going to offer it to Dolly Parton, and the people over at Whitney Houston's label said, hey, the deadline is over and we want this for Whitney Houston. And dang gone, was that not the smartest thing that they've ever done? Because in all honesty, I think that Whitney Houston did much more justice to this song. It made it much bigger. We all love it. We actually, when we think of this song, we think of Whitney. It's almost like in the same situation, wasn't it Celine Dion also purchased a song from Patti LaBelle? And I think If You Ask Me To. Celine Dion purchased that from Patti LaBelle and remade that as well and blew it up. In my opinion, in this case, now we know we love us some Miss Patti. We love the way she sings. We love those runs and all of that. But Whitney Houston and Celine Dion definitely did more justice in those two songs right there than Patti could ever do.
Yet Bless said, I'm glad Whitney got it. Sam Cooke said, I could see Patti doing it in her own way. Epic Jackson said, ain't no way Patti could have done that song like Whitney. And Mariah said, why would Patti tell that? Q, what do you think about this?
So, Al, I never knew Celine Dion did If You Ask Me To. That If You Ask Me To?
Mm-hmm.
I never knew she did that. I can hear Patti doing I Will Always Love You. Will it have been the hit that Whitney made it? Absolutely not. But I can hear Patti doing. I can't do it, but I can hear Patti doing it.
You're not trying to sing. You're not trying to sing today, Q.
No, my voice. I didn't go to Miss Jan. I went to Kim Burrell last week, and she got an ugly spirit. She messed up my throat.
Oh wow. I think if Patti would have done it, she would have and then we never heard Whitney do it. Of course, Patti would have killed it. But once we did hear Whitney do it, it's like hard to imagine it any other way. You know what I mean? I'm sure if she did it, we'd be like, oh, amazing. I mean, I'm sorry, Dolly. But the fact that Whitney did it and we now know we have that version, it's hard to imagine anybody else do it. Yo, you be seeing them, you ever see those clips out on social media of like white pageant girls when they try to sing like a Jennifer Hudson song or a Whitney Houston song or one of those real soulful, and it just goes left? Don't you be dying? You ever see those on social media?
Have you seen the one where the girl was trying to sing And I Am Telling You, the white girl?
That's the one, yes. Oh my God.
What happened? I didn't see it. What happened?
She was like a pageant girl, like in a local pageant, and she tried to sing that song, and it was very mayonnaise and Hellman.
Butchered. No season.
Well, Claudia, I've always wanted to ask you this question. What was your talent when you were in the pageants?
You don't need, there's two different systems, Miss America and Miss USA. Miss USA is interview, evening gown, swimsuit, the questions. Miss America is more of a scholarship pageant. It's like more a talent interview and like less sexy with the swimsuits. But a lot of times those girls will learn a talent just for that one night. They don't really do it, Okay. So I'm glad they didn't have to force us to be fake talented because I got nothing for them. I got nothing. All right, let's get back to some topics. Lil Nas X is tired of y'all judging him and released a statement for the naysayers that are against him transforming into a gospel artist. Ooh, it might be to us. Lil Nas X wrote, y'all see everything I do as a gimmick when in reality, I'm just an artist expressing myself in different ways. Whether I'm a cowboy, gay, satanic, or now Christian, y'all find a problem. Y'all don't police nobody else's art like mine. Y'all hate me because I'm fun, cute, and petite. Ooh, this sounds like something Funky would say, so I'm going to go to you first, Funky. What are your thoughts?
I was getting ready to go in on Lil Nas X, but when he's talking about petite, that do sound like brother. Now, I get him being frustrated from coming under the scrutiny, but you're not going to play in our face Lil Nas X. Like, all of this stuff is a gimmick. Your country, you're gay, you were playing with the devil last week. Now you're playing with God, you're playing with blood and shoes. It's just a lot, and it is gimmicky. Like I said when we did the last story on him, give us the talent. You don't need the gimmick, unless what you're trying to tell us is you don't have any talent.
All right, Al?
Well, I'm going to disagree with you. Personally, it's not a gimmick. I wish it was a gimmick. It's not a gimmick. He's a freaking troll. He's a troll, and it's getting old with him. And now you're such a troll that now we're questioning, are you really talented? Dude, you're super freaking talented, but we don't care because you're trolling and you're making a gimmick out of yourself by being a troll. So don't try to say we are making you a gimmick, because you're not. You're a troll. Your talent to me is trolling and trying to get attention off of the internet, when your talent should be creating good ass songs that are going to last for years so that your masters would be sold for gazillions of dollars, because you're that type of dude. Man, you need to go see a therapist. I'm sorry. He's way too talented, but played way too many games. And it's like playing in our face. They need to give the opportunity to somebody else, as far as I'm concerned, if he don't pull it together and figure out a better way of expressing himself creatively.
You know, I'm all for, like certain artists, when they reinvent themselves, we give them props, right? We're like, okay, they're reinventing themselves, but it seems to go in one direction. I think he goes like this. He's like, he's all over the place. This is what I have an issue with a lot of personalities, talent, celebrities doing all these wild and crazy things, right? For whatever your reasons are. Then getting mad at people who have normal human reactions to what any normal, insane individual would think, that we're the problem. Maybe sometimes you got to be like, you know what, I am doing a little bit too much. I was just on Satan's lap straddling him a year ago and a year and a half ago. Now I want to do a gospel album. Of course, any reasonable person is going to say, hold up, and side-eye that. That is not a us thing, Lil Nas X. That's a you thing. And you probably should have thought that out a little bit more than just go from one extreme to the next. Maybe you could have started with the satanic stuff, which I never will be cool with that. But if that's your way you want to express yourself, then so be it. And then maybe go mid-ground, maybe a gradual evolution. But when you just jump from that to that, of course we're going to react like this. And then to get mad at us for reacting the way anybody sane would react, to me is like, come on, dude. Like y'all said, don't play in our faces. Okay. Keep it locked, because coming up next, Keke Palmer is pushing for mediation with Darius Jackson. I cannot wait for this case to be over. And later, we have an update on Derek Chauvin's attack. Let's talk about it when we return.
Freedom. It's at the core of who we are. The freedom to live without fear, to jog where we please, to wear a hoodie. The freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
TGIF.
Jason Derulo is speaking out against sexual harassment claims.
I sit here before you deeply offended.
Live and interactive.
I agree with Miss Hollywood in the chat. She says he's reading a teleprompter.
Listen, I know bad acting when I see it because I've done it. I'm deeply offended.
I'm going to give you an Angela Bassett deeply offended. And I'm deeply offended.
Oh.
Come on, Oscar.
And I'm deeply offended.
Guilty.
On Fox Soul.
This one's for the real ballers and shot callers, the sisterhood of women in tech. They're discovering cures, building apps, and programming the blockchain. They're CEOs, worldwide hustlers who can make it rain. They're tearing down the old boys club and seeing big gains. Because when women in tech come together, you know they make that change.
My mom wanted my life to be better than what she had as a kid. When I became a mom myself, I feel like my whole world changed. You don't have to be a climate scientist to want to protect the earth. And you always want the next generation to have something better than what you had.
Welcome back to TGIF. All right, y'all, we have an update on the case between Keke Palmer and her baby daddy, Darius Jackson. According to documents, Keke asked the court to move the restraining order hearing in hopes of working out their issues privately in mediation. Just to note, the current restraining order and full custody are still in full effect until the two work out their differences. What do you think about this? Let's go to you first, Q.
So I'm always going to be for people trying to work things out amicably, right? But after you don't put your business all in the media, your mama was all in the mirror spitting, you saying he hit you, to now want to run the restraining order back, Keke, it's making me feel a little uncomfortable because you don't got us all stirred up. So as far as I'm concerned, I need you to see the restraining order through. But if he's willing and she's willing to work the thing out amicably for the child, then I guess I can stand behind it and support it.
All right, Al, what do you think?
So Q gave you the politically correct answer because he knows that we love some Keke Palmer. I'm going to tell you how I feel. I'm going to give you how I feel answer. I didn't like it. I don't like how this feels. I don't like the fact that they now want to go to mediation. Keke Palmer single-handedly, and because we love her, whenever she is hurt or something happened to her, we come to her defense. We have single-handedly attacked this young man and his brother and virtually have run them out of town. They will probably never work in Hollywood again because of what she said he did to her. I got a problem with that because don't make us come to your defense thinking that that we have to rescue you. And when we rescue, you say, but wait a minute, guys. Okay, now I want my privacy. I want to handle this. I want to settle this privately. So thank you for all the support. But now I need my privacy because at the end of the day, this is my baby's daddy. I get it a little bit, but at the same time, I would prefer that you take the opposite strategy. Like, first of all, don't bring us into your personal life and make us attack him and his brother. And we've just dug into their families' lives and we just unveiled all types of ugly stuff about them, only for you now to say, hey, sorry, guys, I want to handle this privately. That gives me abuse of celebrity tea, and I don't like it. I'm sorry, guys. I love Keke. We know that her and her mom are the hardest working Black females in Hollywood. They've been doing it for long time, but this don't feel right. It just don't for me somehow.
Comfort Ashanti said, y'all, Keke said it's not true. And Tam Bidan said, it looks like Keke wants to give their son a 2-parent household. This is a tough one. Let's see how it plays out. I do hear you about the stuff being all in the public. And I got to thinking about it. I'm like, well, how did this start off? How did this whole thing start off of us knowing her business?
She filed for a restraining order, and in the restraining order, she put the video as evidence for why she should have the restraining order. And then they went back in public. Take us out the chat at this point, Keke, because we love you and I want to continue to love and support you. But at this point, as it relates to you and your man, because that is your baby daddy, take us out of the chat, please, because this isn't fair to all parties, including your fans.
I'm going to go back to the beginning of it real quick. It was him that went on Twitter, right? And then started the tit for tat with those two. And then it just went back and forth and it got really big and ugly. Because we never really heard about Keke's business before this, right? We didn't really hear much about this before she got this relationship.
You're talking about when she went to the
Usher show.
Usher thing. Oh, I thought you were talking about the physical assault.
Because this part we know that part. But
domestic violence part. That other stuff. I don't really care about that. But domestic violence and charging people and saying that they're horrible individuals and that they are hurting women is a huge deal, and it's a huge charge. And you can't just say for people who love you and want to protect you, oh, sorry, I want to work it out now. At least for me, maybe I'm too invested. Maybe I shouldn't be so damn invested in these people's lives because this just doesn't feel right to me. Because I live in LA now, and when you say his name, it's a growl. It's like people are not happy with him or his brother. It's not good.
I didn't know either one of them existed till they got linked to Kiki, though. So, all right, check this out. 50 Cent has been trolling Diddy for years, and he is not letting up. 50 Cent recently posted an image of Diddy with R. Kelly's face and wrote, "Diddy do it? Coming soon." He keeps trolling, saying he's producing the documentary. He's been going hard on Diddy, every single day, posting something on his page. What are your thoughts on the trolling? Funky, I see your eyes sort of lit up.
I mean, the worst thing you can do is give somebody who don't like you ammunition to shoot you. And that's exactly what Diddy did. Everybody knows that 50 is a troll. And most times 50 annoys me. But under these circumstances, I think it's funny.
50 Cent is extremely funny. And if you're not on the receiving end of his efforts, if you're not in his crosshairs and you can just sit back in the silence, he is funny.
It's funny.
And I do want to say this. I don't think he goes after people for no reason. I think there's always like a reason, a cause. It's not just like Diddy did nothing. Al, what do you think about this trolling? Are you entertained by it or no?
He is funny, but come on now. Everybody needs to stop acting like y'all got amnesia or whatnot. Now, 50 Cent, I know you watch TGIF and all fun and games until something comes out on you. Because if I'm not mistaken, Miss Daphne in 2013 had 5 criminal charges against you for stomping her and also kicking down her door and physically abusing her, in which you took a plea deal. So let's not be too happy to, tease somebody who's doing stuff that you have been known to have done. Now, I will say this, though, because he is funny and he does keep his finger on the pulse, I will continue to troll Diddy with you. I will continue to follow you as you do it, but don't let anything else come out on you, sir, because if we look at the record is clear. You too got a little bit of a little past that's not the best when it comes to women.
I think, and bringing up Daphne, I think another motivation for him is, remember, Diddy was dating Daphne, was alleged to be dating Daphne for a little while. So that's probably why he's doing a little extra sticking it to him, All right, in other news, we are no conspiracy theorists, but did y'all hear that Kimora Simmons' house caught on fire? Y'all hear about this?
It's giving insurance scam tease. It's giving Russell Simmons is in Bali and ain't been paying me child support, and I need to get my funds up real quick.
She's not due child support no more from Russell Simmons.
Back pay.
All right, Kimora posted an image with a caption, "My house caught fire. The kids and I are all fine. I cannot express enough my deepest gratitude to the numerous battalion leaders and units that attended to us for many hours today and quite possibly save our lives." Listen, there's been a lot of stuff that's been happening with people involved. With oh boy. Al, what you think? You think there's any links?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. We know Funky's not feeling good today, so I'm gonna take up some of the slack for him and help him out. I ain't gonna lie, when I heard it, I was like, ooh, does this got something to do with Diddy? And we have reason to believe that. We know that 2 of Kimora Simmons' bridesmaids, Kim Porter and Erica Kennedy, are no longer around. There's been suspect as to why they're no longer around. And a lot of the conversation is around Diddy as it relates to all these other people associated with him and either falling sick and illness, almost dying, or dying. So to me, that was my first thought. I was like, ooh, this could possibly be. But let me tell you this. Kimora Simmons is not a dumb woman, and I love her. You know that she and I are friendly. Kimora's doing this for a reason. And Kimora, keep doing it. Keep documenting everything that's going on in your life. If you come home and the door is open and you don't like it, post it. If something in your house is missing, post it. If somebody or you all of a sudden get sick, post it. Because we need to know if anything is happening to you for the convenience of somebody else who's in your circle, who with your friends have gotten them questionable outcomes like dying or getting sick. Keep going, girl. We watching and we got your back.
So many people have been coming out. Candy said it's a scheme set up by Todd. Y'all leave Todd out of this. Don't want to Todd catch a stray. Q, what do you think about this? Do you think Diddy has something to do with this?
Marty and Al, do y'all honestly think Diddy has the propensity or the capacity to get people killed? I'm not a conspiracy theorist, so when I hear things like this, it feels far-fetched. But do you honestly think he has the capacity to do something like that?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to say that I can say that he doesn't have the capacity not to do it. I think the reason why I'm so on top of it is because being a part of this Crime of Passion series on TV One, I've learned so much about people's psychology, and especially men, when it comes to power and control, and especially when they want to exercise it over women. So they don't think rationally, but they are very clever, and they're very sophisticated in how they make things happen and how they make things go away. That to me has been fascinating to watch as I understand Crimes of Passion. And if you really want my honest opinion, I'm not going to say that he has the capability, but I can't say that he wouldn't.
Hollywood people, music industry people have been taken out for less. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Ooh, Claudia, I like that. Is that from experience?
I don't know what you're talking about. Coming up, we have an update on Derek Chauvin's prison attack. Stay close.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out."
What do you think the most bougie state in the United States is?
This is black bougie or white bougie? There's a difference.
McMillan and Mara.
I'm not black bougie. I'm trying to be.
You just bougie.
I'm just too poor.
Every Thursday.
Listen, if I had more money, I would be so bougie.
You black bougie adjacent. All your friends are black bougie.
Exactly.
On Fox Soul.
I'm in the same boat.
I'm living vicariously through them.
This one's for the real ballers and shot callers, the sisterhood of women in tech. They're discovering cures, building apps, and programming the blockchain. They're CEOs, worldwide hustlers who can make it rain. They're tearing down the old boys club and seeing big gains. Because when women in tech come together, you know they make that change.
There was a time in my life where I was extremely homesick. I decided that I needed a pet. When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. He jumped up and kissed me and jumped right into my arms. I immediately went up to the volunteers at the shelter and said, "I want him. He's got to come home with me." Now I'm anything but lonely. Every day with turtle is a perfect.
Welcome back to TGIF. All right, y'all, we have an update on the Derek Chauvin stabbing case. Last week, we reported that Derek was rushed to the hospital after an attack from an inmate. Well, it's now been reported that the inmate stabbed Derek 22 times and will be charged with attempted murder. Any thoughts on this update? Q?
All lives matter, and there are good people on both sides.
I totally agree. And I'm sure if he just would have complied to whatever the guy was saying, he would be alive with us today.
He'd be totally fine. All he had to do was comply.
He was stabbed how many times?
22.
Not enough.
They were saying that they said it was a catch-22 on social media. I think that's funny. Y'all don't have to laugh. That's funny to me. Al, what do you think about this?
Okay. I must have been drinking too much champagne. Don't judge me, everybody. But to me, this is additional justice. This is additional justice that we got because we don't usually get justice. What he did to George Floyd was wrong. How he killed him was wrong. Why he killed him was wrong. And if we want to take it a step further, when I say additional justice, we get additional justice for Trayvon Martin because we didn't get no justice there. This is additional justice as far as I'm concerned. Judge me if you like, but that's how I feel.
I just wonder if it's like I hope it's not fake news, because like he just was denied a second time of trying to get out, right? Or trying to get parole, whatever. He's been trying to get out. He keeps getting denied. And so I'm wondering, like, did he really get stabbed? Is this a story to?
Yeah, no, he got stabbed, and they're moving him out of general population. And
have you seen any pictures of him though? Have you seen any pictures?
They're not releasing the pictures, but allegedly the man that did the stabbing is a part of the Mexican mafia. Now, if you see a picture of the man, you notice that clearly he's not Mexican. I didn't know this. Did you guys know that you can be a part of the Mexican mafia and not be Mexican? Very interesting. No. But this is a growing story, and the pictures are coming out, Claudia, so keep your eyes open.
It's very much possible because I'm a rich white woman, so I do understand how it could happen. But MT69 said, who was the man that stabbed him so I can put money on his books?
Right. And then like the fact that a Mexican, a black guy in the Mexican mafia, and then they did it on Black Friday. I don't know.
No, he's not a black guy. He's not black.
Well, he's
the Mexican mafia. One thing I haven't seen in the Mexican mafia is a black person. Now, I can say I've yet to see a black person in Mexican mafia, but this guy looks like he could probably be European of some sorts or white. But yeah, he's definitely not black.
So a Mexican guy, a guy in the Mexican mafia who's supposed to get out in another year or so on Black Friday.
He had 30 years. He had a 30-year sentence.
He's gonna kill, and for us, for black people, make a statement on Black Friday. It just sounds like a Tubi movie. I don't know. I don't know. I'm side eyeing it, but okay. All right. Ari Lennox recently walked on stage with a baseball helmet after getting hit with a water bottle at a previous show. This is madness. Okay, what do y'all think about this? Again, with the fans still throwing stuff, concert goers able to throw stuff at artists on stage. What do y'all think about this?
I'm telling you, and I said this before, we're going to move to a point now where I think they're going to start putting mesh screens in front of artists to perform to keep them from hitting things. Ari cussed whoever the hell that was out who hit her with the bottle. And then did you see the video? After security was escorting the girl out, she was trying to explain why she would be there, and security politely gave her water bottle back and escorted her out the door. It was hilarious. But I get it. She's trolling us a little bit with the whole helmet thing. But I'm telling you, we're getting ready to move to a place where they're going to start putting mesh screens in front of performers.
Think how scary it is to be on stage with a bunch of people, thousands of people, and you don't know who in there is unstable, who wishes to cause you harm. We're getting more and more crazy people. Every show we talk about crazy folks. Al, what do you think?
I mean, I agree 100% with you. I also think that it's very smart for her as an artist signed to a label to do this type of exhibit, because she's letting them know that you as my label are putting me in harm's way. Now, if you don't correct this and I get hurt, you're going to be held liable.
All right, moving on. Amber Rose reposted a rather interesting message about the dating pool. The post states, the dating pool has married people in it. Do y'all agree? Come on, Funky. Go in first.
Not only does the dating pool have married people in it, it's got pee in it, boo-boo in it, old toilet paper and everything in it. Dating in 2023 is just the ghetto. But I mean, Amber Rose, considering the fact that you do the slut walk and your past, married people been in a dating pool bother you?
Oh, that's a real.
I'm just asking. I don't know that lady.
Al.
Well, I know that lady a little bit. I like Amber. I mean, she's evolving. I think she's right. And I think, honestly, if we're really, really honest, and Claudia, you know this is why we, at our age, circle the block. We end up going back to people that we've had experiences with that maybe we weren't mature enough for it at that time. I love to see the circling of the block of Nelly and Ashanti. I love seeing the circling of the block of Janet and Jermaine. I love, according to the streets, Corey and T maybe getting back together. I like watching circling the block because, baby, what's out here ain't good. Like you said, it's got boo-boo, pee, and toilet paper in it. And circling the block is okay. It's okay going back to someone that you originally had a connection with that didn't work out, and then you re-examine that, hey, it wasn't so bad after all.
You know, I never really bought into Amber Rose with the whole slut walk thing because, like, this was a girl that we've always known to be in long relationships, married, long-term relationships. And I think it was like a thing that she did for them. And I don't think she's really about that life. I don't. I really don't. I don't think that. And now that she's really in the dating world, she's seen how trifling it is. It's disgusting. I don't know why it's become so corny to a lot of people to like to shun, to be in love. Like, why people are just shunning love. You know, if I had everyone's like, well, I'm not ready for a relationship, but they want to do all the things. They want all the benefits of a relationship, or, you know, all these traumas and triggers. Like, no one can power through anything anymore. Listen, find a person you like, you enjoy spending time with, and you want to check on daily and work it out with them. Pick someone. We are at the end of the world the way it's looking lately with all this. We got pandemics and fires and wars and all kinds of craziness and depressing things. Find someone that you can rock through its life with and give you some kind of stability in your life and your world. And the dating pool, me and my girls talk about this all the time. It seems like half the people want a relationship and the other half don't. So the ones that want it ain't really finding the ones that want it. It's just a lot of
I want to ask a question to you and Q, because something that I'm going through right now is that there is someone that I'm interested in, right? And I know deep in my soul that it ain't all the way right, but I think to myself, why do I have to be in a relationship where everything's right? That's not life, right? Everything can't be right all the time, right? So I'm thinking to myself now, well, maybe they got 70% of the stuff right, and the 70% that they got right, I can rock with. I feel like I can build with it. But that 30% just wears me the freak out. Like, it drives me batshit crazy. So what do you do?
Oh, well, I mean, 70% is if you was you're in school, that's a C. That's a C minus. I mean,
you take that C now?
It passes, but
it passes, right?
You ain't getting no
scholarships. It sounds to me like you know it ain't gonna work and you just trying to convince yourself.
But I'm saying, given what my options are out here, at least I know what the bad is instead of getting into something new and discovering the bad. Like, that's the part that really freaks me out, because y'all know I'm a romantic type of, I'm a romantic, I'm a hopeless. Like, however, I don't want to give my heart to anybody anymore. I'm tired of that crap. Like, I'm tired of giving and not getting. So
this is a new thing, Al. This is a new thing.
What?
This is something that you relatively new. Something that you're relatively this person's new in your life.
Well, no, they've been around for a long time, but you know, they're in like the periphery. You know what I mean? They've been around. I've known them for about 8 years, but they're definitely now stepping up to the plate. And it's like, okay, it's better than everything else out there, but it's not all the way what I would say. What I want,
maybe spend time with said person and don't take it too seriously. Don't put any expectations on it. That's where we mess up, right? Putting the expectations on it. Mm-hmm. But I will tell you this: if 30% bugs the shit out of you this early on, in 6 months, that 30% thing will be very loud and you will hate it, because it was like, you know, little things like, oh, black toenail, oh, no big deal.
But it's been 8 years. It's been 8 years. I want to be clear. It's been 8
But you haven't been dealing with them for 8 years, right?
Yes, yeah. So the 30%, maybe I'm over, it's definitely 20 or 30%. Sorry, I ain't gonna lie.
Is it 20 or is it 30? Because 80, 20.
Okay, so it's like somewhere in there. All I know is that there's a part that I'm not comfortable with. And that is where I'm like, should I like throw away something that has 80% of 70% or 80% of what is good and I like and I could rock with away because there's stuff that they need to work on?
You know, we might have to pick this back up tomorrow, and me and Q will have some cough drops ready so we can really read this down and really dissect this thing and get into it. But that's good that you even are interested in someone out here, because I don't know. Yeah, okay. I want to thank my co-hosts, Al Reynolds and Funky Dineva. Of course, thank you for watching us on YouTube. Stay tuned for Foxhole Face Up. They be going at it. Y'all ever stick around and watch that show? They be going at it. They be going at it. We'll see you back here.
I'm going to eat.
See you, soulmates.
Bye. We'll see you tomorrow.
Soulmates.